Hi guys, welcome back to All Things Wholesome. This is a channel where we discuss all things that teach you about money skills. In today's video, I am going to be sharing mistakes that you should avoid when starting a business. As you've seen on my last video, I did share the businesses that I've started before the age of 30. And if you haven't watched that video, I'm going to link it above so that you can go and watch it and then come back to this one. So in that video, I did mention the businesses that made me money, that lost me money. But the important thing is the lessons that I learned during that experience. So in today's video, I am going to be sharing those mistakes. My first mistake was giving up too soon. So as soon as things got hard or boring, I would just leave the business and start another one. Like I was jumping from one idea to another and not realizing that consistency is key. So in business, you need to be consistent. Do not stop when things get hard or when things get boring, because it is going to be like a routine. You are going to be doing the very same thing every day. And sometimes people get bored. I also got bored, so I started to jump from one idea to another just because I was looking for the excitement. But the key is consistency. So business needs you to be consistent. I feel like if I was consistent, I would be somewhere right now if I didn't jump from one idea to another. So mistake number 2 is not managing money properly. So in business, managing your money properly is a must. You must know your income, you must know your expenses, and you must know exactly how much profits you are making because that makes it easy for you to see if you are winning or losing. So in my case, like my Bolt business, I thought I was making more money and I wasn't. Just because I wasn't tracking my income, I didn't even track the expenses. I was just happy that I was making money, but with no reference point. I didn't know how much profit I was earning, and that was a huge mistake. You need to be able to track your expenses, know exactly how much profit you are making, because that's going to make you understand that you are winning or you are losing. The whole point of being in business is to exchange. You trade value for money. So if ever you are not making money, you're just giving value, then you are just giving and not getting anything in return. Mistake number 3 is not researching enough. So if ever you've watched my video where I shared the businesses that I've started, you would know that I didn't do any research. I was just like, if I have an idea, I'll just put it to use. You know, I did not take the time to look into if people would want something or not. Like, for example, the water bottles. I thought they were going to sell like crazy, but because it was something that I wanted to do, I just woke up and I did it. I didn't do any research. Even the Bolt business, I just went in. I didn't think long term. I didn't plan for unexpected events. I just started the business. So that was my mistake. You cannot do that. You need to at least do some research. Some people would hide behind doing the research, and they do a research for the longest time without starting. Just do enough research that you feel like, okay, at least I did something. I know there's a demand out there for what I'm actually going to offer, then yeah. Mistake number 4 is having no clear goal or plan. Like everything else in this life, when you're starting a business, you need to be intentional. You need to have goals. You need to have a plan. Make sure that you know what you want. You have a clear goal of what success would look like in your business and what failures would look like. Have a plan. Know that if this plan fails, have plan B. It's easy to be motivated when you have a strong why and you know how to navigate this thing, because if you don't have a plan, when things get tough or when things get boring, you're just gonna leave it. So if ever you have a plan and you have a strong why and you have goals that you want to reach, then it's much easier to be motivated during hard times. Mistake number 5 is selling paid off assets to keep a struggling business alive. My biggest mistake that I've made in business that I still regret till this day is selling off my paid off car just to keep the Bolt business running. And I regret that even today. So do not sell your assets just to keep the business running, like unless you have a plan. But if you don't have a plan, don't do that. At least sell off the debts. Like make sure that you get rid of the assets that have debts and keep the ones that you've paid off. Yeah, that is my biggest regret. And yeah, I wouldn't want another person to go through the same thing, because now I'm stuck with the car payment and I was done paying a car. But then I was like, you know what, let's just sell this one and be left with this one. And I was thinking, obviously it's going to pay itself up, but look at me now, I'm the one who's actually paying. And yeah, that was a hard lesson, but yeah, that was a important lesson, I should say. Mistake number 6 is not building relationships. So I focused so much on selling because I felt like that's the reason why I do business, is to sell. I didn't even focus on building good relationships with my customers. I didn't even know that I had to have a relationship with customers. I thought that I just need to sell something good and just, yeah. But now that I've grown and I have seen, I know that you need to build a good relationship with the customers, your suppliers, build relationships with the people that are hustlers as well, that are doing the very same thing that you are doing, because that's how you open doors for opportunities. So yeah, make sure that you build those relationships. Be good to your customers, be good to your suppliers, be good to just everyone around you, so that people, when maybe they have an opportunity at hand, they can think of you.
Mistake number 7 is neglecting marketing.
So in my businesses, I didn't even think of marketing. I didn't even know what marketing is. I just thought that if I posted on my WhatsApp, if I posted on my Facebook, then the people that knows me would buy from me. But that was my mistake. You need to make sure that your product is known out there. A lot of people know your product so that they can buy, obviously. You need to be able to attract new customers. Be creative. Like marketing is the heart of the business, so back then I didn't know anything about marketing. I just knew that I wanted to sell, and I would just think that my customers were my people around me, the people that knew me. The people that didn't know me, I wasn't even bothered by them. But it shows that I was thinking so small. Honestly, in business, you can't think that small. You need to think big. And also another thing is doing everything alone. I thought I was gonna sell, I was gonna market myself, was just posting on Facebook. That is what I thought marketing was, and doing everything yourself. But as I've watched some people do business, I noticed that they have a team. You just build a strong team. You don't have to do things alone. Especially if your business grows, then you will also realize that you can't do things alone. For the time being, when the business is small, you can do everything alone, but you don't have to. And you need to also learn to delegate. I struggle with that so much because I feel like I don't trust people, so delegating is just a bit difficult. I saw this even at work when I was working. I thought if I had to tell someone what to do, I'd rather do it myself, because I trust myself. But in business, you don't have to do that. Even in life, sometimes you need to learn to delegate, especially if you are in a leadership position. So yeah, those are my biggest mistakes that I have learned. I didn't put any mistakes that I thought would be good for business. I just put the mistakes that I did, that I saw within my businesses, within myself. So yeah, those are the biggest mistakes that I've made, and I share this not to discourage you, but so that you can learn from my mistakes. You don't have to do the mistakes that I did. You just have to listen to me and try not to do the very same thing. So if you are starting a business, remember to stay consistent, track your money, build relationship, market yourself, and plan wisely. That way, you are going to be further than most people, further than me. I feel like if I had done those things, I would be so far with business. But yeah, it is what it is. So let's implement some of the lessons that we've learned from this video. On the comment section, please comment your business. What do you do? How do you bring value to people? Maybe your next customer is watching this video and you can get them by marketing your business on the comment sections below. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more money tips. With that said, thank you for allowing me in your space and lending me your ear. Always remember that I love you. Have a lovely, productive day. Bye.